Midnight Ramen is a minimally edited, live recorded podcast that takes place at midnight. Although Michael may not be consuming food, it's time to get your bowls out. It's chow time.
Will all come back to you. Break stride, sailing me. Free falling, choose my enemy. Free from the things you say. It will all come back someday.
Good evening, gamers and other folks alike. You are listening to Midnight Ramen with me, Michael. I hope y'all are doing good tonight. Yeah, not much to that. Oh, shoot! I pulled out my stand. Uh-oh, hold on. Give me another minute, please. I thought it had more range than that. Oops. Uh-oh. That's not a great way to start. But, yeah, I hope y'all are doing okay. It is, as of the recording of this episode, it is December 28th. It's basically the last episode of the year, so duh. But before we get to that, let's just talk. I gotta obviously do the rundown with whatever the stuff, so let's get into that. Yeah, you were listening to Midnight Ramen with Mike. I hope y'all are doing okay tonight. If you want to watch this live, you can go to twitch.tv/melted-like-original, all one word. Capitalize the M in melted, the L in lyric, and O in original, and you'll find it. You can also search for that on YouTube or any of my other stuff as well. If you want to search that up, like on YouTube, TikTok, other things in the future, I don't know. It's within that vein. And use your best judgment. You'll know. Probably. I don't know. Yeah. But if you go to my Twitch, you can watch these happen live. It's midnight Central Time, typically. Who knows in the future? I haven't really strayed off the path, but who knows? If you're not able to reach it, like watch them, you can still watch the VODs after they're done. Also, if you watch it on Twitch, you can see the after show that I do, just kind of editing the podcast and, just getting it rendered and stuff like that. And stuff that doesn't and should not appear anywhere else. And look into the camera. Look into the camera. Do not. Unless said otherwise. But yeah. But, after that 2-week period, it's gone. But you can watch the podcast, it edited, on my YouTube. And eventually, knock on wood, maybe within the next year, maybe, I'll actually have it up on other audio things like, I don't know, Spotify and Apple Music or whatever, Apple Podcasts or whatever. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. But, yeah. I think I covered everything. I'm not feeling extremely well because over the holidays I caught a nasty bug that my whole family's just sick. It's just it's like a cough. And yesterday, or on Tuesday, because today's Thursday, I this intense headache, mind-splitting headache. It just came in random spurts here and there. I had to take an ibuprofen just to calm it down. Even then, that whole day, I literally took a bath and took a shower. That's all I did. Other than, take naps and try to attempt sorting clothes to actually do laundry, which now I have a shit ton of laundry to do, so whoopee. It's almost the end of the year. Shit. And I don't have time to really do it. Great. Whatever. What can you do? But yeah, my Christmas and holidays were good. Other than that, it is what it is. I hope y'all's was good as well. Yeah, I mean, there's not a whole lot to it. If you're watching the video of it, you might be seeing that little guy in the background next to the orb. I got that for Christmas. My parents got me this little light spaceman thing, just like a little light show thing. So I thought, it does like a little Aurora nebula thing. I'm just like, maybe that might spruce things up a little bit. Always just try to improve, improve, improve. But I think it looks a little neat. It just adds more character, and I think it does. And not to say that I don't like the audio listeners. If you're just like, driving your car, you're not watching the actual video itself. That's fine. That's totally fine. Because like, I myself am not like a huge like video podcast watcher. Like if I'm watching a podcast, it's because I've already listened to it, and I thought there was like a funny bit or something like that. But yeah, I don't like watch podcasts, but if I do, I've already listened to them because I when I was driving for like delivery and even like for trips, like I would always like I have a shit ton of backlog like podcasts that I just like have ready to go. So like when I do go on a trip, which I'm doing less, but even so, like my drive to work is enough. But with like, I would have like a backlog of one podcast I want to listen to, and even then, I don't get through all of them because like some of them aren't just suited. But I try to get through a lot of podcasts when I'm on a road trip, which I'm gonna go on one soon. Actually, go back up to Fargo for a Feed My Starving Children thing, which that's always fun. And this year they're doing it for like, they're trying to pack 10 million meals, which is nuts. Like absolutely nuts. 10 days, 10 million meals. I don't know if they're actually going to do it. It's a lofty goal, but if they do, that's crazy. Like legitimately crazy. And that would be insane. But I hope they do. Knock on wood. Hope they do. Yeah, the next couple of weeks are going to be kind of like, it's kind of like at my work. It's like it's off and on, busy and not busy. Like it's busy, but it's also not busy. It's like, it's kind of hurry up and wait. That's the common term, is hurry up and wait. It's like you're doing a lot of stuff and then you're not doing a lot of stuff, and then you're doing a lot of stuff and then you're doing nothing. Repeat it. That's kind of in the state that we're at right now. We're in the like, we're doing a lot of stuff and then we're not doing a lot of stuff the next day. We're doing a lot of stuff this day and then not doing shit the next day, or just trying to find something to do. That's fine. Like, yeah. But I hope y'all are doing oakley dokley. But since it's the last episode of the year, I kind of want to like talk about like just in retrospective of the year, because a lot has happened. Not only in like my life, but like in the world, a lot of stuff has happened. Like a lot of celebrity deaths, but that's neither here nor there. But like for me, I stopped doing delivery driving, which thank God. Like, like this time last year, or like a month ago, from like 13 months ago, so like in November, like when I kind of first was starting the podcast, I was literally like getting very little time to actually like have a day off. Like I had to forcibly make days off because like I could, like every day I was working. If I wasn't working like at my job now, I was working at doing delivery stuff, and that got to be like just an endless cycle where like I was needed to do things. And like, especially for like delivery driving, I was the best driver. No offense, like I was, and I still am, even though like the place isn't even open. And that's a fact. That's just not opinion. That's fact. I'm probably gonna be the best driver that they ever will have, because like I know the roads. I know the times. I know everything about the store, or I know everything about the delivery process there and how to make it work. And They're trying to reopen it. As much as I want to say I wanted to succeed, they're not gonna. They're not gonna. I hope them the best though. But yeah. uh, I mean, not a whole ton. Like personally, from I mean, stuff has happened. Stuff has changed, and change is good. Um, I'm just trying to like think of things that like I personally want to talk about on the podcast because there are things that I kind of don't, but at the same time, I don't mind. Like it's a little personal, but not extremely personal, and I'm teetering on the edge of like what I'm like going to say, but I don't know if I'll say it, and it's nothing mean or offensive. But I'm just trying to think of what else. Oh, that was, and then going full time where I'm working at now and getting the benefits, almost getting crippled by a falling cart. That's a story in of itself. Oh my lord. A day before my birthday, no less. I was helping moving. I'm pretty sure I've already told this story, but like I was helping move. Uh, what's pipe and drape base plate cart, which those things are like per plate, those are at least 65 pounds. And there's like, say, 10, 12 on this cart. And the cart itself is also heavy, and the little nub to actually put the pole on. Yeah, that's a lot of weight, and it's all metal. If like the way that I had to avoid it was by nudging it with my shoulder, and if I hadn't, oh my god, I would have been in a wheelchair till like now, probably, because like I would have broken my legs. On God, and it would not have been cool. But shit happens. But yeah, we in hindsight we probably should have had more people like watching it and doing things to prevent that from happening. But I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is. We fucked up, and that's whatever. We did as best as we could to avoid it, but oh man. Yeah. I'm just trying to think of what else though. Yeah, Christmas was good. Thanksgiving was okay. Yeah. Uh huh. I think I can probably talk about it because like what who gives who she doesn't care. Um, uh, I broke up with my and I've already talked about it before, so it's like who cares, and she wouldn't give a shit. Like I broke up with my girlfriend from college, and I got with my new girlfriend, which she comes around on the stream quite a bit. But like with my old girlfriend, I've been with her for years, and I mentioned her on the podcast a lot. And I try to keep her name out of it, but she's cool. Like it's on good terms, But it was just more of a distance thing, and like we weren't in communication a whole lot, and I wasn't able to go to where she was, or she wasn't able to come to where I was, and money and trying to make sure that someone's able to watch our pets and this and that, the semantics of it. It's just like it just didn't work out. And that's okay. That happens. And yeah. But I think I really feel like I did my best as well as I could to could I have done better? Hell yeah. I could have done a lot better to, preserve the relationship, but that's neither here or there. That's in the past, and that's okay. That's all right. It'll be all right. But no, I've had with my new girlfriend. Hell yeah. Who's to say? I don't know. Might be the one. I don't know. Who's to say? Who's to say? Right hand. I don't know. Could be not. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe she might be the one. I don't know. But the weird thing is that although technically my old girlfriend, like, her, like, name is, like, shortened, like a nickname. That's actually how she goes by. I find it funny that both of, like, their names, like, past and current, both have, like, alliteration for their names. So, like, for me, it's MM, and it's like BB, and now CC. So it's like, if I got a new one, would it have to be DD or EE or AA? I don't know. I hope not. I hope not to fuck around and find out, but yeah. Now, I've had a lot of fun times with her and with both of them, and you know, it's all good. You know, good and bad things happen for a reason, and that's all right. You can only do so much, and like in relational stuff, like, I'm not the perfect guy to be getting relationship tips. Just know that. But I'd say, like, I think the best thing is, like, you got to make sacrifices on both ends. Like, you can't be sacrificing, like, you yourself cannot be sacrificing everything for your partner, and your partner cannot be sacrificing everything for you. You have to make sacrifices here and there. Yeah, they may not be even, but try to, and, you know, enjoy each other's company. But on the other hand, too, make time for yourself. Do make time for yourself, because you want to have time. You want you want to have time for the boys. You want to have time for yourself. You want to have time apart. That's fine. That's good. That's actually good. That's not at all a bad thing. Too much, though, can be. Again. And that's not to say that's, like, imposing anything on that, but no, that's kind of a lot of what it sums up to, what I've learned. Be kind. Be nice. Do the little things. The little things matter. They really do. Just a little gift here and there. A little, like, hello. A little, like, check in. And show that you care. Because that's huge. That's huge. Like, yeah, I mean, that's the biggest thing I can say. That's like, emotionally, I think that's the biggest thing I've had this year. Also, on that note, I also went to freaking like the concert that me and my girlfriend went to this year. It was the band Camino featuring Bad Sons, which is, like, my Spotify top band of the year. Like, that was a killer set. I can't remember the third one. There's a third band, and I forgot who it was. But, like, all three bands were good. Yeah, it was nice to see them live, too. Yeah, that was real fun. And even then, like, that day too, like, I didn't pay for the tickets. My girlfriend did, but I sure as hell paid for dinner. I paid for the parking. I paid to get there. Like, that's the kind of sacrifices. Like, yeah, it may not be equal. It may not be financial. It doesn't have to be. But doing those kinds of things show that you care. That's all I'll say. And you know that I'm sick when I'm drinking some freaking herbal tea. I'm drinking a wombo combo of, like, an immune system tea and a sleep tea, because I need to get some sleep after this. Like, oh my gosh. Like, again, like with work, like, tomorrow is, like, there's a lot of work, but it's not going to be a lot of work. End of the day, it's not going to be a ton of work. There's just one major test that we got to do, and then once that's done, we're done. You know? and then just go from there. That's gonna be a whole situation. So we'll see. I honestly don't know what I'm gonna be doing this weekend because it's New Year's and I literally do not know what the hell I'm doing. Like, we have like positions or what we're like areas on what we're doing, but I have zero clue. And I feel like it's a little late to ask, but also isn't. It's fun. It's chill. Like, if like goofing up a little bit is the worst thing I do, it's whatever. Like, I'm not gonna lose my cool over nothing, over like a little bit. Although it is a big time for where I work because it's like the Super Bowl for where I work. But it's not like gonna like anyone's gonna die. Hope, knock on wood. Gosh, knock on wood. But you get the idea. But yeah. Man, I do kind of like this little nebula behind my head with the little astronaut boy. I need to think of a name. I think Astro is kind of cool, but that's too on the nose. It's too on the nose. Like, oh yeah, for streaming too. Like the improvement that I've made. Like, I literally have to shout out Tart Tizzle for, just getting being that he didn't necessarily have me do anything, but he was the spark that kind of told me hey, you need to do it. You need to change the way that your camera setup is. And then literally the next day, I changed it up and it looks so much better. Like, oh my gosh. Like, I could not be more thankful for that. I'm still working on it, and it's all that's an ever continuing process. And I'm not gonna I'm not a huge streamer. I don't have time to commit to a lot of stuff some weeks. I can't I like to say I want to commit to more streams, but life is a big commitment. Life is a big commitment. Like this for sure. Like with Midnight Ramen, I'm you have to really tug on my leg, be a last minute BS to forcibly make me change the day that I record the podcast. You have to really try. Even for this one, I have to be at work at 8 o'clock. And that's in less than 7 hours by the time I get done. I'll be fine. It's all right. It'll be fine. But nah, it's all good. But no, with this especially, there are certain things that you got to put your foot down. I have to put my foot down. Yeah. But another thing that I am excited for in the near future, and I'm going to be, I think on the second half of the podcast, I'm going to be making predictions and stuff. But one thing I'm excited for, and I keep hyping it as much as I can, but one thing I want to do with some of my buddies and friends and stuff like that is have a Dune 2 weekend. I plan, I've had this in my mind for years, already. Since the Magic freaking Warhammer decks came out. I've had this thought for over a year. Well over a year. So, when Dune 2 comes out, I have a list of things I want to do with the guys. Make it a whole thing for a weekend or something like that. And it was whoever can, let's do it. Because I want to have fun. I want to do stuff with my friends. And there's no way I'm not going to do it. No way. I'm not skipping on that because I can't. No. I'm not skipping on it. But that does come with sacrifices. So that week or even next week when I'm going back up to Fargo for packing stuff, I'm going to be working. So next week too, I'm going to be working on Thursday. So I'm going to be basically trying to although Thursday I don't think I'm going to be too nuts. But today I'm going to be kind of trying to wrap it up a little bit tighter. as usual than usual, but like still within the limit is whatever. But semantics, I'm talking too much. Excuse me. I need to take a sip of my tea. It's getting a little cold, but that's fine. It's still warm though. I'm not like a hot tea drinker either, because like if that shit's steaming, you know I ain't drinking it. Like I like mine warm, but I don't like it scalding hot. I don't get that. Like I get the thing, it's like you need to slow down to drink it, but it's like, yeah, I don't want to be taking so microscopic of a sip that like I'm not getting anything, I'm not getting any flavor, I'm barely getting any of the liquid into my body. Like, no. Like the amount of liquid that's going in is literally turning into vapor. Like I don't like that. I don't understand that personally. I don't care for it. Like some people do, some people like scalding black coffee, but like you do you. You do you. It's not for me. Like I even can't take coffee. Like could I? Sure. Do I like it? No. That's my poison is Mountain Dew. My poison is Mountain Dew. And yeah, ooh. I don't know. You know what? I might as well promote. I mean, I'm gonna be due if you're watching this early or listening to this early, like very very early, I'm gonna be doing a Mountain Dew stream, and in the future, like the video, hopefully knock on wood, the edited version of the video is gonna be on YouTube. Yeah, of this thing that I do. It's a yearly thing. This is year 3 of it. Of Dew review, or the Dew bait of the year. So it's Dew bait 2020, Dew bait 23. So it's basically going over every flavor. And I have an idea of how I want to do it this year, and I kind of mix it up on how I like compare and rate flavors and here and there, whatever. But I feel like I know what I'm going to be doing this year and how I'm going to be doing it. Because like in the past year, or like even in the past, like honestly, the rating system doesn't mean shit. Like it doesn't. If you watch my videos, like even comparing the ones that I've done, like yeah, I may say Mountain Dew might be an 83 for say, but come to the end of the year and then I try it again and I would say, oh, it's a 72. It's like a little bit of that does come into like the day of, or other factors rather than just the flavor of the Mountain Dew. As much as I would say like other things have to accommodate. Like I do not pay attention to what I've said before. Yeah, I do have a little bit of bias, but I try not to have any bias when I'm trying another Mountain Dew for that stream, because like that's in general. Like I try not to have a bias unless I know the flavor's good. But yeah. So that's coming. That's Friday night on my Twitch TV, and eventually, when I edit it down, it's gonna be on my YouTube channel. And I hope that video is gonna be good, because I'm gonna put some work into that. But I know how I'm gonna do it. I have a good idea of how I want to do it. I mean, it's gonna be fun. But I think you know what? It's time to get into some magic packs. And although I have more than one magic pack in my possession, I only want to do one tonight. And the only pack that I'm doing is a collector's booster of Phyrexia All Will Be One. I want to start out, or I want to end the year the way that I started out, with Phyrexia All Will Be One, because, like, although Phyrexians are evil, oh man, this set is just so nice. It's cool. Like, the whole year had bangers except for March of the Machines. I mean, March of the Machines has stuff that's good, but like in comparison to everything else, it's probably the weakest of the bunch. But like Phyrexia All Be One, oh my gosh, some of the art treatments and stuff like that is so good. And say what you want about Hasbro and Wizard of the Coast and what's been going on over there, it sucks. But like the care and love that they put into this, it's just so good. Like the art of the booster pack, like I even have, hold on, I have a binder in that art because it just looks so freaking cool. Like, look at that. That's for video people. Like, look at that. Just so sick. And on the back is like Phyrexian. Oh my gosh. Like, just so intricate and unnecessarily cool. I love it. Like, they didn't have to put that work into that, but they did. Like, the care and the love and the lore that goes into it. Like, I was making a deck earlier today, and I don't want to get away from moving this back, but like, I'm gushing about Magic the Gathering lore and stuff like that. But like, I was making an Eldrazi deck, and like, there are cards referencing these like basically Cthulhu, eldritch horrors, like eldritch god like horrors, in the lore for like multiple years before they were even introduced, like physically put into the story and on paper. Like, there are cards referencing them and like that are important to them that were so rich in lore that it was so ahead of its time. And I just love that stuff. Like, even cards today, like, there are cards that are like contain little bits of lore that, like, yeah, this may not be important now, but it'll be important in the future. Like say with Phyrexia LB1, like, the major thing is that now, or with Phyrexia or New Phyrexia is just gone. It's banished out of time to wherever to Fairy's Benalia. I can't remember what. I think that's Benalia. I think right? Yeah. Whatever Teferi's home was, because he banished it to like from like all of existence basically, and during like the thousands of years during the Brothers' War, whatever the heck, he banished it during like the hundreds and whatever thousands of years that it was exiled. The people that lived there did not age, but they lived through that time. So they had time to like prepare to fight the Phyrexians when it came to March of the Machines. So now that Phyrexia is gone, basically in that replaced where it is, eventually, and I feel like what's going to happen is that it's going to return into the multiverse, but once it returns, it's going to be unified. Like, all 5 colors are going to be together, and it's going to be even bigger of a threat. Just like, because like the big thing about Phyrexia is that it was disjointed. All of the major leaders of each color and group of Phyrexia did not work together, and that's what led to their downfall. It was all about Elish Norn and making her view be the number one. But I think I've expelled a little bit too much. Let's open this pack. I'm gonna try to move my mic so I can actually like look at the pack physically. Try to like shimmy my mic. Shimmy, shimmy, ya, shimmy, ya, shimmy, ya. Drink. Fa la la la. Drink. Fa la la la. Oh, I don't know if there's a pack trick to this. I don't know if there's a pack trick. Oh yeah, there's a pack trick. Fuck, I don't like this. That's one thing I hate about these. It's just like there's a pack trick and it just does not make sense. All right, let's go. So I don't know what this means. Okay, so these are 2 cards that I probably shouldn't have put on top, but whatever. We got Focus Phyrexian Outbreak. And a card. That's a decent card. Monumental Facade. Ooh, I may have messed up. Psst. Another land. That's the Mirix. Ooh, but I got a Phyrexian Plains. I'm just gonna go through some of these because, like, honestly, some I don't care. I am making a mirror deck, which is gonna be very sick once it's done. Rebel Token. Ooh, Alicor. Not great, but okay. What's behind it though? Ooh, Nissa Ascendant Animus. That's decent. Decent. We got a Refine Cultivator, and then behind that, oh my gosh, that was a L pack. I'm sorry, that was an L pack. Like, that's the thing I hate about, like, I'm getting on a little bit of a rant there, but like, the thing that I hate about this year and the thing about these packs is like that should not have happened. Like I should not be debating on what the pack trick is. There should not be a pack trick. And like it's so random that you can't figure it out. It's like, how am I supposed to know that? And like, especially with double-sided cards, how am I supposed to know what's the rare? Because like I can figure out where the rare is just by looking at the back of the card. So like having that pack trick does not do any good. In some cases, it's in there, and in other cases, it's not. So it's like it goes back and forth. So I personally do not like a pack trick within Magic the Gathering. It sucks. Like it serves no purpose. There's no reason for it. There's absolutely no reason for it. It just belittles what like for like pack openings and stuff like that. It just belittles that. And there's no reason for it. It just is. It's stupid in my opinion. But I think I feel like that's enough about that. Let me actually go into a thing here so I can make a predictions. Make some predictions about next year. Oh my god, what the hell is this? What the I try to make a presentation thing with that. That's actually funny. I'm not showing it initially, but I'll get once the actual file that I made for this is up, I'll put it on screen. I'm not editing this out either because no offense. Do I care? Oh. Also, let me make it dark because like I don't want to blind people. Like I care more about the audio people, but like for video watchers, I don't want you to get blind by that. I don't want to get blind by it. Hold on, I'm stupid. Dark pages. All right, let's go. All right. I mean that's it's gonna be the way that it is. Be 2024 predictions. I'm thinking so the predictions I don't want to make. Yeah, let's do 20. Size 20. So for predictions for next year, like I want to make ones that are like make sense, but like there's a possibility that it could happen, but I'm not expecting them to actually be true. So like my first it's like I'm not gonna do one about the election because like who cares? I don't like as much as there's like the 2024 election is like it's too early to say anything, and I do not care. I feel like it's gonna be a repeat of just Trump and Biden, but whatever. Man, like if there's better choices, they should have already came. No offense. What the hell? Oh no! What the heck? Oh, because I went to that. Okay, so I think my first prediction. I feel like I want to do a world thing. I feel like something funny is gonna happen in Greece. Like what I mean by something funny in Greece is like something weird and wacky. Like it could be something like something big. It's gonna be something big, but it's gonna be something either like it like a volcano erupted and killed 1,000 people, or it could be something like a ship, an abandoned ship that was abandoned years and years ago still has like soap in it, and the soap is creating bubbles on a shore town or something like that. Like something that's like LOL random in a way. I don't want like it could be good, but it also could be bad. Or like there's a cheese rolling thing, and people from all over Europe came together. Like yeah, I mean I don't know. But I think something's gonna happen. Something funny in Greece is gonna happen. Something funny in Greece. I'm keeping it a little vague, but I hope it's not like tragic. Uh, Man, and when I look on this is gonna be just like, what am I spitting? Um, I think of the internet. I'm trying to think of what show. I feel like it's gonna be an early call, and it's too early to say anything about if it's even gonna appear. But I feel like Stranger Things, Final Stranger Things. Uh, oh wait, no, last trailer, not last trailer, but trailer for last. I'm gonna put in quotations last season of Stranger Things. Uh, Super Bowl. That's not. And if there's any place that's probably gonna happen, it's probably gonna be the Super Bowl. Uh, uh, actually not during. I feel like that's what's gonna. I can't spell for shit. What else is new? Um, I feel like that's what's gonna happen because yes, I'm gonna clean up my stuff. I want to try to get like 10 things maybe. That's a little lofty, but whatever. Something funny in Greece. Last trailer for last season of Stranger Things aired during the Super Bowl. I mean that's reasonable. Are they? They're not. I don't think they're even close to being done with filming. If they are even filming right now for it, but I feel like if they are, I feel like there's going to be a trailer for it during the Super Bowl, and if it is, the show's not going to come out till like the end of the year, if that, or even like early 2025 at the very most, at the very least, or whatever whatever. Uh, Three. I think. I mean, like, there's a lot of stuff, but it's hard to tell. Uh, God, I really don't want. I don't want like a. Like I'm trying to think like hard, but I'm not trying to be like too vague or like mean in that sense. Because like say one that like came to mind is like, oh, big YouTuber getting canceled. One, that's vague, and two, like that's objective, and three, like that happens a lot. So and this year is no exception. Jesus Christ. Uh there's been too many, and some deserve, some not. Some deserve, some not. Uh but I think on that note, you know what like there's going to be five. I think this year or next year there's going to be at least five major apology videos that like go viral or are big, even for a day or two, that are just absolute dog shit, dog water. Uh, and like I mean like major. I'm not saying like, oh, they have like 1,000 subscribers. No, I mean like hundreds of thousands, millions maybe, because like yeah, that's what I mean. And I mean like uh, that are memed on. I think that's a good like uh metric. at least 5 major YouTube apology videos that are bad, like memed on. Memed on bad. Yeah, that's reasonable. No offense. Makes sense though. Uh the heck? What the heck? That is bad? No. That terminology is correct, Google. You're stupid. You were stupid, but I get it. Ignore that, please. I think the next one. Some Stranger Things. Hmm. I mean, I'm not doing like personal stuff though, because like, yeah, I can make like those are goals at that point. I'm making predictions of what's going to happen. You know, I hope a lot of these are not true. I hope some of these are not true. Because like I can make a vague one like, oh, people are mad about election. Ooh, wow, what else is new? Politician said stupid thing. Ooh, who is it this week? I think game that'll like I think there'll be a video game that'll like sweep the summer. Uh One game to sweep the summer. Like one game that'll come out during the summer that's going to just basically take everyone's time. That's reasonable. Like it could happen. It could happen. It's not hard to say. Like I think that like with this year, like technically Baldur's Gate 3 was that. Possible game of the year, possible GOTY. I would say like an initial thing on that too is like PlayStation like I don't want to hate on PlayStation players, but like PlayStation players of a certain game are going to take a major L again. This year's Spider-Man. It's like motherfuckers really be like, oh, Spider-Man 2 is the game of the year. What the hell is this Baldur's Gate thing? I've never even heard of it. Brother, you have. You're lying. Like, you just had, like, do you have your head up your ass? Like, I'm sorry, you're just dumb. No offense. You're just lying. Now, what else, though? Oh, yeah, let's do another world thing, because, the Summer Olympics are happening next year, and I'm gonna make an even like a more certain prediction. I feel like I'm gonna make 2 on this. Like both of these have to happen to be correct. Um. So I think long distance swimmer contracts water. And then too much focus on a gymnast. So what I mean by this, because the first part I feel like can really, really happen. Both need to happen. To yeah. So what I mean by this is long distance swimmer contracts disease from the water because like the water that they're going to be swimming in a fucking river. No joke. And it's just nasty. And they're trying their best to clean it up, but it's not going to be enough. And I feel like one of the one of the swimmers is going to contract a disease from the water. Guarantee it. That's going to be a story, and people are going to talk about it. And there's going to be a way too much focus on probably just a single gymnast, probably just a singular gymnast, maybe Simone Biles, maybe I can't remember what her name is, from the Twin Cities. I can't sorry if I literally cannot remember her name, but there's going to be way too much focus on a single gymnast. And not to say that that's bad, but they really, really, really like to focus on the gymnast more than any other sport, which is fucking weird. Not detracting from the sport. I get it. I understand it. But chill. Fucking chill. Yeah. But both of these need to happen to actually be correct. Both of these need to happen to be right. Something funny in Greece. Trailer for last. I feel like there's gonna be an hour and a half, like a 90-minute YouTube video that people are going to rave about, or a video that people are going to rave about. Around 90 minutes, like an hour and a half. That I think I don't know if it was 2022 or 2021. The Funklands search to find the guy that made the in Disney, in the Disney Channel buffer. That was nuts. That was mind blowing. That's what I mean. About roughly 90 minutes. It can be an hour and 10 or an hour and 50 minutes. Just a long video. 90 minute. Oh wait, I should say documentary. Because not to say that with at least yeah, with at least, actually, let's make it 2 million views. It's up the ante. And it has to be, yeah, I think that's roughly 90-minute video. And I mean that roughly, because it can be an hour and 10, a 70-minute video, or it can be an hour and 50, just roughly within that range. Could it be an hour? Sure. But I mean roughly in that range. And I'm not saying and there are definitely a few that have came out this year that definitely classify for that, but I'm But with at least 2 million views, I think that gives it, a little bit more. It has to reach that point. Yeah. And we'll come back to these. I hope I remember this, but yeah. Something funny in Greece. Trailer for Stranger Things. Well, let's do 7. I feel like 7's enough. I could do 10, but I don't want to be here all night. So Something Funny in Greece. Trailer for last season of Stranger Things. 5 YouTube apology videos that are bad. Summer. All right, one last one. That's tough. Tough. I want to keep it cool. Saying major company goes under is not fun. That, it could happen, but and that's a far reach. I want to say on that same, like, with that 5 thing, it's like, I feel like there's going to be 5 movies that are going to reach a billion. You know what? Actually, that makes sense. 5 movies to make 1 billion. How lofty goals per before I would say before the end of the year, but like for fuck's sake, Elemental made $1 billion. Like that's nothing. Like yeah, like I hope it's gonna be in theaters, but I feel like 5 movies are gonna make $1 billion within a year. Um, Lofty, yes. Realistic, kind of. Like it makes sense. It could happen. It really could happen. I don't deny it. I feel like yeah, that's enough because like I could go on for a little bit longer, but honestly, I need to wrap it up. I do need to wrap it up because I'm getting close and I need to sleep. Sleep is important, and I'm sick, so it's even more important. And I'm also sick, so and yeah. So let's recap. So the predictions are: 1, something funny is going to happen in Greece, and that can mean anything. Like that can mean anything from like a volcano where a bunch of people die, or something horrible, or something like 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 a shit ton of geese are like invading Greece or something like that. You know, something like kind of mundane but like newsworthy throughout the world. Or like, oh, Vesuvius, even though it's like not Greece per se, but like, oh, finding new things in Vesuvius. Like that's something funny with Italy that, you know, yeah, with Italy or something like that. Um, so I feel like something with Greece is going to happen. Something funny. Uh, whether it's grim or not, or whatever. Number 2, the trailer for the last season of Stranger Things will come out, possibly aired during the Super Bowl. Who knows? I don't know. Um, like it's hard to tell on that one because like I don't even know if they even are filming. But if it does happen, it does happen. Again, that's only for the trailer, not like the actual show itself, because the show itself is like I do not expect it to come out in 2024. I more hope that it comes out in 2025, even though like the child actors are probably a bit too old now at this point. No offense, they're too old to be playing their roles. 3, at least 5 major YouTube apology videos that are bad, like meme done bad. I mean, that goes to explain itself. There's 5 major YouTube apology videos that are just memed on bad. Yeah. Number 4, one game that sweeps the summer, possible GOTY. One video game that like everyone is playing, because like I feel like that could easily happen. Is it guaranteed? No, but can it happen? Yes. Will it be GOTY? Don't know. That's an optional. That's just bonus points if it is. Number 5, a long distance swimmer is going to contract a disease from. Oh yeah, I should probably put Olympics here. Olympics. Long distance swimmer contracts disease from the water and too much focused on a gymnast. Both need to happen to be right. Like both of that need to happen to be correct to get the point on that. Number 6, roughly, whatever, within the hour, give or take, just a long video documentary people rave about with at least 2 million views. That's a reasonable goal, but I think the 2 million gives it a little bit of the loft. I hope like that. I feel like can happen pretty easily. is a guaranteed no. Because, like, again, long videos typically don't get a lot of views. Like, they get views, but they don't, I don't think they get, like, as big as view count as, like, ones that are, like, shorter that you can repeat over and over and over again that are, like, say, 10 minutes or whatever. And then the last one, number 7, 5 movies that make $1 billion, preferably in the theaters. Like, no, like, again, like, freaking Elemental made $1 billion, even though most of that came from, like, streaming, but, like, in sales of, like, merchandise and whatever, but, like, still, that movie made $1 billion. Yeah. No joke. But yeah, I think that's my list, and that's the end of the podcast. So let's wrap it up here. So thank you for listening, watching. If you want to watch this happen live, you can go to twitch.tv/Melted Lyric Original, all one word. Capitalize the M in Melted, the L in the Lyric, and O in Original in the search bar, and you can do that anywhere else, like on YouTube and my Twitter and TikTok and Twitch and whatever, blah 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 blah. You'll probably find you more than likely will find it. If you can't make it here on the Twitch live, you can still watch the VOD with the after show, which is not going to appear anywhere else. You can watch that on Twitch for either live or the 2 weeks that the VOD is still up. And then once that's gone, it's gone. Once it's gone, it's gone. Yeah. But even though the video, you can watch the edited down podcast on YouTube, and then eventually, hopefully next year in 2024, I hope to put out the actual podcast on other things such as Apple Podcasts and Spotify and maybe others. I don't know. But knock on wood, maybe, hopefully, maybe this next year. Yeah. I think that's about it. Oh yeah, thanks to the band Gradings for the use of their song Used to It off of the album The Call. Always good to, it's been super great using their music and stuff for this, and I hope to continue to use it into the future, because like I like their music. I'm still waiting up for them to record more, but yeah, I like their stuff, but still waiting. And thank you for listening, watching, doing what you do, and all that other stuff. But as I look at the clock, it's not midnight here anymore, but it's midnight somewhere else. So until it becomes midnight here once again, I'll see you later. But until then, bye-bye, and have a happy new year.
Yeah, well, just when I needed you, I see from a different view. Oh, baby, now don't be scared, but don't get used to it. Yeah, when I told her I can't let go, when I told her I can't say no. Oh, baby, well, I was scared, but now I'm used to it. I was scared, but now I'm used to it.